Hi, everyone. Welcome to day 3 of the Synergy Traders number 42 Friendsgiving 2022 conference, brought to you by TradeOutLoud.com and TimingResearch.com. This is, of course, for educational purposes only. Trading is not for everyone. Please be sure to consult your financial advisor and only trade with money that you can afford to lose. And I am recording each of the presentations individually. Those will all be available on TimingResearch.com. Also, you can search for Timing Research on YouTube or your favorite podcast app to find the recordings there as well. So we're going to get started. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Michael.
Okay, great. Thanks so much, David. How are you doing, guys? Good morning or evening, afternoon, wherever you are. Just a quick sound check and we'll be on the way. We good to go?
Yeah, sounds good.
Sounds good. Okay, wonderful. So thanks again, David. All right, just before, my name is Michael. Just before we will start, and I'll give you a proper introduction about myself. Let me first maybe get to know you a little bit, so we will have more of this presentation or this conversation that we're going to have in the next 40 to 55 minutes. So if you will, please type through the chat box a little bit about yourself in regarding to trading. What do you love to trade? Are you trading stocks, commodities, futures, bonds, Forex? How long have you been trading for? Are you new to trading or just or already have a skin in the game? Just let me know you just a little bit so we can start this conversation together. So just type in through the chat box. It will be amazing to see how many new to trading, how many of you already veterans. Okay, so I see some stocks, 30 years. Nice, and very nice. Okay, new. Are you trading, are you day trading or are you swing trading, short term, long term? Yeah. Okay. Good at blowing accounts. We all did that at least once, Scalping futures, Forex. Wonderful. That's great. Okay, so the thing about trading, or basically, most of you wrote that you are already trading for a while. Some of you are new, but the reason I ask this question is because when I thought about creating this webinar, I thought about two things: either bringing new strategy to the table, giving you like a holy grail kind of technique, or go with something a little bit different. And this is the reason why traders usually fail. Now, we know that stats shows that between 95 to 99% of retail traders lose their money and blow their account in the first 6 to 12 months, right? And this is why we are going to do this conversation today. I want to share with you my thoughts of those reasons, but I want to see you reacting as well to that. So let me ask you this. Why do you think most traders lose their money in the game? What are the reasons for that? And that will be really interesting to see. Some of you, as you said, like 30 years in the business. It's really interesting to see what are your thoughts on that. What is the reason why retail traders usually lose their money in the first 6 to 12 months? Okay, impatient, I see, risk management, trade without stops, over leveraging, right? some of you probably experienced that as well. You can write from your own experience. So the reason I ask you this while you're writing, the reason I ask you this is because as soon as we acknowledge something, it's like in psychology, they always say you need to understand what's the problem first, and then you can start working on fixing it, right? So as soon as we acknowledge that those are the reasons, and today we are gonna zoom in on 3 major reasons with one of them that is actually the most common one. As soon as we will understand that, we will have the tools to act upon it. So I see mindset, poor money management, not following the plan. That's great, guys. So let me give you a quick introduction, like a background, just so you will understand where I'm coming from and the knowledge or the experience I'm bringing to this conversation to understand what are the reasons for traders who fail and lose their account. So my name is Michael Katz. I'm currently the CEO of TradeOutLoud. We'll talk about TradeOutLoud at the end of the webinar. For those of you who feel like understanding a little bit more in depth, I've been trading stocks and futures for the last 15 years, mostly day trading stocks. Futures, I do short-term swings, like 2 days, 3 days. I used to be the head of the traders at a prop firm here in Israel, in Tel Aviv, for many years. Also helped to develop some few apps along the way, mentored and coached a lot of traders. And on my free time, I live in a moshav, it's like a village, a small village. So I like to grow my own vegetables. That's, I guess, my balance between the filthy money to, nature and all. So that's my quick background. And if we continue focusing on the topic for today, so, and going back to the answers that you just gave, I guess we're missing 3 vital reasons, and we will touch them today. But I want to, before we're doing that, I want you to answer me this. What are the reasons that the 5% or the 1% of the traders that do succeed have, right? Because we do know that some traders, in all the variety of traders all across the world, do make money in the financial markets. Some of you maybe are here today, and there are plenty around the world. Of course, we know that most of retail traders lose money, but what about those who make money? Doesn't have to be a retail trader. What are the reasons for them that helping them to become profitable and stay in the game and really make consistent money? Because we do understand what not to do, but as we grew up, our parents, most of us, our parents taught us that you need to learn from your mistakes, right? But the thing is that you actually want to focus on is what made someone succeed, and that way you can imitate that instead of just looking at the mistakes that you made. Of course, it's a good thing to look at those mistakes and learn from them, but if you have already something that you understand that working for you, or someone else that you see a successful trader, you want to see what he did in order to become successful, and that way you can imitate that. Okay, so I see some of your answers. Positive attitude, winning mindset, yeah, definitely. Follow trade plan, not giving up, good stop cover, okay. If you have more, keep them coming, yeah. So let's talk about those traders first. So if we understand that those traders that basically there are traders who succeed, and now we understand, or we need to understand, what are the reasons that making them become profitable and succeed in this field. But let's understand who are those traders. What do you think? So basically, what I'm trying to say here is, if we are closing our eyes and imagining a good trader, a successful trader, besides the fact that he have like a consistency and following the trade plan and not giving up, a winning mindset, those kind of things, what does he do on a regular basis? Where does he work, for example? So while you're thinking about it, and maybe typing in also in the chat box, we have in the market, as most of you familiar with, at least those of you who are already been trading for a while, we have two players in this game of trading. One called the smart money, and the other one is dumb money, right? And that's basically the market participants. So the smart money is usually the hedge funds, traders, investment banks, institutionals, big pocket investors. And those traders trade against basically retail traders, general public, or just tip lovers, right? So most cases, the dumb money, I'm putting in quotes us, but the dumb money, like retail traders, lose their money after a few months, maybe a year, but at the end, 95% and some stats say 99% lose their money, right? But on the other end, the guys that consistently making money in this market are basically called the smart money, the guys from the institutional part, right? Those guys that have few things that we as retail traders don't. So what do you think they have in common when you think about an institutional trader, right? An hedge fund, bank, portfolio manager? What do you think they have in common that maybe we as retail traders don't? Let me know your answer in the chat box. Okay, so you're saying advanced tools. Bruce, what do you mean by advanced tools? Can you elaborate a little bit? Elaborate. Proven system, backup, right? Mentoring, advanced information, analysis. Right, more information. So deep pocket, that's great. So most of you wrote great answers. And, you know, I have two friends that traded as institutional traders here in Israel. Both of them made tons of money when they traded through the prop firm that I was one of the traders at, the head of the traders. And basically, one day they decided they had enough. They made enough money. And, you know, when you're trading in a prop firm, you basically split the profits between the company, the firm, and between yourself. So you're trading on the company funds, but at the end, you split the profits. So one day, probably around 3 years, as they trading, and making great money to the firm, they decided to leave. Those two guys went home and said, okay, we have enough money, we can now start trading and not splitting the profits, so keeping the full 100%. The problem was that after around 6 months, they actually lost half of their account. And when they continued to trade and try to, get back in the game, they continued to lose money until they have decided to go back to the firm. Can you guys think of a reason why professional two traders at the top of their game made great amount of money, went back home with good chunk, with deep pockets, started to trade, had all the knowledge, all the tools, everything they need. They saw success, so they know how it looks like and they know how to imitate that. But at the end, they lost all the money. Try to think behind what's going on behind the trader, like behind the mind of a trader that's already in the top and should, at least, it makes sense that it should make money, continue to make money. Okay. You know what, for next webinar, I wish we had a microphone to each one, and we really have this conversation. So those are great and important things to talk about. So you're saying greed and supervised accountability, that's great. Overconfidence. Artificial intelligence, right? Rules. Okay. Those are great, really great answers. And that's some of it, definitely. Because at the end, when they went back home, and they didn't have a lot of greed. They're kind of very down to earth guys. But the fact that, and this is something that we want to discuss today, is that the fact that they didn't have 3 parameters or 3 rules made them lose their money. And it comes to this. Our brain needs those 3 things, 3 elements, in order to perform at the highest level and basically make money in the market consistently. Yes, of course, some of us as retail traders made money, let's say, after the corona, it was super easy to make money. The market shoot up and, everywhere you clicked long, you made money, right? But consistently over time, and also with large numbers, you need those 3 rules. And I'm telling you, because I've been on the side of the retail trader and I've been on the side of the prop trader, and I saw the differences. And I saw thousands of traders, retail traders and prop traders, and I just gathered that information along the way. So this is what we need. First of all, if we are retail traders, most retail traders don't have enough capital to trade on. So lack of capital automatically will shrink or decrease your opportunities in the market. For example, you have $5,000 in your account. You entered a trade, you bought Tesla because you saw the right setup, whatever it is. And then you saw another trade, a good looking trade on Netflix. But right now, since all of your capital is in Tesla, you cannot execute a trade on Netflix. Now, a lot of the times you will see Murphy law is coming to play, and Tesla would lose your money and you will reach your stop loss. And Netflix would have been the right trade at the end that would have made you more money than the losing trade on Tesla. Or maybe you need to add more to your position on Tesla and you didn't do that. So you only made a profit of $100 instead of making 200. And the next trade that you will lose you more than what you won. Those kind of money management and risk management things. So when you are trading with small amount of capital, you automatically decreasing your chances of making money consistently. And this is super important. I personally had that experience when I first started. I was in my early 20s. $10,000 was my first account, and I started to trade. It wasn't really enough for trading, at least not day trading. So that was definitely an obstacle in the way of succeeding faster and getting the result that I wanted. Another thing that is different between a retail trader to a prop trader is that you're trading your own money. Now, most of us at least worked hard for that money, right? We have saving accounts or whatever it is. We open an account with the broker that we're working with. And now that you started to trade, you are automatically, your brain is shutting down because the fear of losing that money and not knowing that you are going to bring it back home is driving the brain crazy. So in order to make the right decision when it matters the most, you gotta free your mind, free your brain from the attachment that he has to the money. And of course, maybe, I don't know, like 1% of us can really do that. But the normal human being usually won't be able to attach that money. And as soon as you start trading and you enter a trade and you see you have like a stop loss of $100, but you're already down $70, you usually will run out of that trade because you don't want to lose the full $100. But Murphy law will jump in, and then as soon as you're out of that trade, as soon as you sold that position, the price will start rising and obviously reach your take profit. I'm sure most of you trade at least 6 months, experienced that at least, I don't know, 10 times or something like that. So as soon as you trade on your money, you feel attached to it. When you feel attached to it, making the right decision become much more harder than when it's not your money. Now, when you're trading, let's say when I started trading on someone else's money before the prop firm, when I started to trade, on friends and family money, it wasn't enough because those guys and you feel for them, right? And if you will lose their money, you have some negative feeling about that, right? So it's also making your brain a little bit, although it's not your own specific money, like you put it out of your pocket, but at the end, the guys that you're losing money for, and that for your brain is reacting again the same way if it's your money, if it was your money. So in those cases, when you're trading your own money, it's very hard to the brain to detach it. And lastly, what those two friends that I told you about lacked when they moved from the prop to the retail playground is rules, as some of you mentioned, because when you're trading in a prop firm, you have rules. You have very strict rules. If you go to Goldman Sachs and you trade, you have not more than 6% of a drawdown. If you hit that 6% drawdown, you're out of the game. No question about it. So as soon as as soon as you will have strict rules, then you can start trading properly. But what happened when you sit at home right now, alone in your chair, the day started, right? You're trading, and you have a great list that you printed beautifully, wrote it and printed beautifully, of rules: when to enter, when to exit, how much is my daily loss, stop loss, and those kind of things. But at the end, no boss is sitting right next to you and telling you, listen, you gotta keep your rules, right? Respect your rules. And when you're trading in a prop firm, you have that whether you want it or not. Some of you mentioned here accountability. So basically someone that will supervise you and tell you that you cannot cross that line. But when I'm sitting at home by myself, it's super easy to cross that line, even though I'm very disciplined guy, like on a normal day-to-day or whatever it is. When I'm looking at the charts, when I'm looking at my money, negative or positive, it's super hard to stay in that trading plan that you wrote beautifully a minute before or even a day before. What do you think about that? Do you agree with what I'm saying? Do you have anything opposed to it? So what I discovered is when you trade in a prop firm, you automatically increase your chances to become a profitable trader and to stay consistent. And we see it also in our company here. As I told you, I'm the CEO of TradeOutLoud, and we're also part of a group named The Fiver, a company named The Fivers. Some of you may have heard of them, a well-known and respected company, a prop firm company from the Forex industry. And all the programs that we have here at the prop, we see that the most successful traders they trading in a program that is covered with the right rules and very strict rules. So they have enough capital to trade. They're not trading their own money. So they detach the fact that they trade in someone else's money as well, because it's not like friends and family in this case. They don't really know us, so they don't feel obligated to our money if they will lose it. So the brain can react to making decision not according to the money, and they have very strict rules that they need to stay and trade with it. And we see crazy numbers comparing to the 1%, the 5% that making money. We're looking at 40% of traders that succeed. And those numbers are crazy. Even in the prop firm here in Tel Aviv, when I was the head of the traders, we had around 30% success. And those numbers are amazing comparing to what you do when you're a retail trader. So let me introduce you with basically, as I see it, the best solution for traders. To be honest, I'm trading 15 years. If I had the chance of joining a prop firm at the beginning of my career, I mean, it was a no-brainer to me. And in most cases right now, you have a lot of prop firms, let's say in the US, right, a local prop firm, and you can't really join them. Also here in Israel, you can't really join them unless you show a track record of at least 2 years of positive trading, right? And as a retail trader, when you start and you don't have all this, those three, as I mentioned, the money, the capital, the rules, you already come as an underdog to this game of trading. So let's talk about this for a second. How do you become an institutional, basically? Yeah, even 3 to 5 years. So it doesn't make sense. From one hand, you want to join them, you want to join and become a successful institutional trader, but on the other hand, they won't let you in if you don't have the numbers before that. Now, in order to get the number before that, you need to perform miracles, seriously, to become a retail trader, a profitable retail trader. It's not an easy task to do. So let me tell you a little bit about what we are doing here. We are the first trader pool, is the first funding stock company for stock day traders. So we're basically a prop firm that funds stock day traders. At the moment, only for day traders. I guess around the Q1 of 2023, we will add the opportunity to trade swing as well. But at the moment, we are focusing on day trading, especially in this kind of market, super volatile. And I mean, really, it's just fun to trade, to day trade these days, because we have a lot of volume, a lot of volatility, and that's exactly what we're looking for. So we fund stock traders, we give them buying power as much as they can handle. And we are talking about basically, instead of bringing money from your own pocket, and you need, as we said, a lot of capital to really trade properly, you get that at our prop firm. So this is kind of the highlight of how things work. Basically, instead of showing us great track record of how good you are as a trader, we're doing something else. We're giving you an evaluation program. You go through the process of the evaluation. You show us that you can make money and stay consistent. And as soon as you do that and reach the program goal, we fund you as one of our own. Obviously, it's online, so you can trade from anywhere in the world on your free time. Again, we're talking about stocks, US market, day trading, but you don't have any obligation, let's say, to trade every day or a specific hour. We're actually covering today, we just added that, so we're covering 12,000 stocks from the US market. So you have everything, IPOs, big names, small caps, penny stocks, you name it. And you get to keep up to 65% of the profit. So you get into the evaluation phase. You have one phase that you need to challenge and pass. It's actually, you need to do it in, it says no time limit, but you need to do it in 30 days. If you didn't, then you need to sign up again, continue to trade until you reach that goal, if you like, obviously. And as soon as you reach that goal, you are a funded trader. In this way, when we present it, we can actually find the next big trader from other places in the world. You know, you don't have to go to Harvard. You don't need to know finance. You need to have a set of mindset of a winner, in generally speaking, because it's a performance field, what we do as traders, right? It's performance based. It's like an athlete. And as soon as you, of course, learn the fundamentals of trading, and you know those basics, you can learn them obviously from YouTube, through our YouTube channel or other YouTubes, through books. We have, of course, all the necessary tools that any institutional prop firm have, such as Excel sheets and risk management calculators, and more guidance and playbook. How do you improve your trading, coaching, all of those things are in our program basically, and you can use them. We have a professional trading platform, our own professional trading platform where you can scan all the market. You have tons of options to go in either by a click of a mouse key or hotkeys, all of those fancy things. And when you do that, and when you sign in, you can start trading and try to reach that goal. And there are basically 4 rules that you need to stay in that range. One is creating or trading 50 trades. We do want to see your trades. We want to understand that it's not a one lucky trade that got you to that goal, to that profit. The second thing, you need to reach at least 6 times your allocated risk per day. So let's say if you are risking $700 a day, your daily loss is $700, then you need to reach 4,200. And what you don't do is you don't lose 3 times more than your allocated daily loss. And you cannot risk more than 30% of your daily loss in one particular trade. Now, this program that we created is designed that way that you still feel obligated or attached just a tiny bit when we basically ask you to pay for the program, right? The evaluation program. Because when we first started, we gave it for free. Anyone all around the world, you can sign in and try. But then we realized that we're losing the attachment of that money too much, right? Because someone needs a little bit of accountability in the matter of money. So our programs are pretty simple and super easy for anyone to join. It's from $240 for the evaluation all the way to $1,180. So that's the range of the prices. We have 3 of those, one in the middle, 415. So it's also very achievable for anyone, most cases in the world. And once you got funded, once you pass the evaluation, you get funded. And that way you can keep, like I said, up to 65% of the profit. You're getting more buying power as you show us consistency. You're getting more and more buying power to trade on. At the moment, for example, when you go into the evaluation phase of the $240, you can trade with $80,000 all the way up to $260,000. So those numbers are amazing in regards to capital to trade on and feel free and can enter a few trades at the same time or have enough capital on one trade to actually make proper profit from it. So we give you a lot of our capital. We give you a lot of space, keeping you with the strict rules on the other end. And we're detaching you from the fact that you can lose your own money. Once you got funded, it's all on us. So any loss that you make is basically coming out of our pocket, our profits. So in case you feel like this is the time you want to do some changing in your trading, and you don't have to stop being a retail trader, but you definitely want to at least give it a shot of being a professional trader, an institutional trader, just because of the fact that those reasons that we covered today. And like I said, if I had the chance to go in to this program or a similar program, but in this situation, that for me was a no-brainer, because bringing the money from home, risking it, not knowing that I'm gonna bring it back if I would lose it, the tools that I didn't have access to, and even today, after great technology came along, but at the end, most of us as a retail trader just have the broker trading tools, right? And that's maybe fine, but institutional traders have a lot more. We also have a specific AI that show us and send us like signals, but not for trades, but more of understanding the market structure. Where are we coming? Where are we heading? Live through the trading platform. And we all, of course, we have all the, the limits order waiting in the market, like Bookmap for those of you who are familiar with, etc. So if you have any questions, feel free. We still got a few minutes. I can take you around and show you some of the things that we do, the website and the program. Let me know in the chat, and I'll be happy to. Which trading platform would this be on? That's a trading platform. It's called Trader Revolution. It's basically our trading platform. Of course, we have all them, especially if you're not familiar with stocks. Once you get in, you can, you have, like, I think my camera just shut off. We have everything about stocks. So all the terminology, right? All the tools that you need in order to understand what is stock trading in general. And of course, about the program, about the trading platforms, the tutorial, and all of those things. And you know what? I just forgot for a second. If you go to our website, I'll put in the link. You can actually sign up for 14 days for free, just to test it. Because, especially when it comes to a new thing, like a platform that offers you to join almost for free. So in this matter, check us out, understand the program a little bit. You can understand the hub. We have a trader hub, so you can see your dashboard, your trades, your stats. You can understand where you're at along the program. And then, of course, trade with the trading platform, see if you like it, and only then decide. So go ahead and check us out. You just go to, let me show you, just go to TradeOutLoud.com. You click on sign up, and as you can see it, sorry, you can sign up for free for 14 days. Or from here, those are the programs that we have. Like I said, 240, 415, and 1180. This is a one-time basically fee for 30 days. If you didn't reach the goal in 30 days, what you can do is basically pay another extra month, but keep the progress that you already made. So for example, you need to reach $4,200 to reach the goal to become funded. Let's say you only made $3,000. So instead of starting all over again, you pay another $240, and then you start a new month from 3,000 and only need to reach the extra 1,200. Of course, even when you think about it, let's say, even if I need 10 months of trading until I reach the goal and get funded. So let's say you paid 10 months, right? It's $2,400. Even if you did that, and then you got funded after 10 months, it's a no-brainer, right? Because when you open an account with the broker, you need at least $3,000 to swing trade. It's not really enough, right? But let's say the minimum that you need in order to trade. So take the same money that you put in a broker account, get funded after 10 months even, and then you trade with $80,000. I'm saying that, and I know that, but in my mind, it's still really a mind-blowing fact that you can today trade with tiny bit of risking money, like the 240, let's say. But at the end, you can get a lot more than that. So just go ahead to the website, sign up for 14 days. You can, of course, read a little bit more, terms and conditions. Go ahead and check the numbers or the objectives. You can download some PDFs that we have that will explain to you how to work a bit better, or how to improve your trading as an institutional trader, as a prop trader. What exactly do you need to do or not to do, and all of those things. And of course, the funded phase. We also have a blog that you can read, a podcast, and all of those things. So feel free. And if you want to, get to know us a little bit more, here we are, right here, all of us. Missing 2 more guys, but basically you can check us out. The commission structure is $1.50 minimum and 1 cent per trade. Yeah, so it's 50 trades in 30 days. Yeah. So the time limit is basically, if, like I said, if you reach that a certain point of in profit, and you want to continue to the next month, you paid another extra month, but at the end you keep the progress that you already made. Okay, gotcha. Wonderful, guys. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. Also, of course, through our email, the chat box, the chat bot, and we'll be happy to help and assist. We also have a great Discord group, very active one. We always uploading our trades. We analyzing them, explaining why we looked at this trade, why we traded that way, manage it the way we manage the trade, and all of those things. So definitely join. When you actually sign the 14 days, you can access the Discord as well through the hub. So feel free to check it out. Yeah, so the evaluation is 30 days. You need to reach the goal in 30 days. In case you didn't, you pay an extra month, and then you continue to trade another 30 days. All righty, guys. So thanks so much, David. Thank you. And